Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine and you're watching Yazz'n It Up, and today's video I have for you guys is update number 2 for my 2022 project pan. For those of you who have not seen the introduction, I will have that listed in the iCards for you guys. But basically this year for 2022, I've decided to try to use up 22 specific items this year in 2022. And last update number 1, I was super nervous because I had only accomplished 2 or 3 goals that I had set for myself using up only a few products, but I have a lot more progress to share with you guys in today's video. I'm super excited, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So just to start off, I do want to say that this is a rolling project pan. So whenever I finish something, I'm going to go ahead and roll something else in. That way I'm always using something, and there are 10 slots in this project. So I will always have 10 products that I'm going through, trying to use up. And then, like I said, if I use one up, I'm just going to go ahead and enter a new one in. So if you guys have not seen update number 1, I was still using my Wild Madagascar Vanilla Lotion from Bath & Body Works. And as you guys can see, I have an entire empty bottle here. Super excited. By the first update, I was actually surprised that I hadn't used this entire thing up, but I am glad that I was able to finish this. Wild Madagascar is a very old scent. They bring it back every once in a while during their like semi-annual sales, and so I was able to pick one up. This one smells really good. And the lotion that I had replaced it with, this one is from Ulta. This is a Sweet and Shimmer hand lotion, and this is in the scent Fresh Snowball. I actually was able to use this up completely as well. I've had this in my collection for a couple years now. I bought it during the holidays. Sweet and Shimmer, they show up in Ulta and you can buy 5 for $5. Usually they have hand lotions, they have nail files, they have bath bombs and little loofahs, and so this is only $1 at Ulta during the holidays. It's been in my collection for probably 2 Christmases, and I thought it was just about time to use this up. And to replace that Sweet and Shimmer for slot number 1, the item that I'm going to continue to use, this one is from Bath & Body Works. This is a Wild Berry and Chamomile body cream, and I do have a marker right there where I first started, and then for update number 2 I have a second one there. So I'm super excited to continue using this because this smells really good. I love the way this one smells. It's super nourishing for my skin. I apply this on my hands, my arms, my legs, my feet, literally my entire body at the end of the night before I go to bed. So this will continue to go onto the project, and this will be remaining in slot number 1. I'm always trying to have a lotion or some type of moisturizer in slot number 1 because I just have a big collection of lotions, and so I want to try to dwindle it down. In slot number 2, I had a blush that I was working on. I will go ahead and insert a picture of the progress that I had made. This picture is from update number 1, and since update number 1, I actually was able to completely use this entire blush. This is from Ulta. This is in Tiger Lily and Flush. It was a duo blush. It had 2 different sides to it, but I just mixed them together so you guys can see all of that silver. I was able to completely use this blush up. Like I said, I made a lot of progress this update, and I'm super pumped about it, and I was super excited that I was able to finish this blush, that I put in another blush for slot number 2, and this is the product that will be going into the project pan. This is from NYX. This is in the shade Pink the Town. This is one of their blushes. I don't have a picture of where I first started. I will try to find one online, and here is how much I have left in this blush. I've been working on it for a while, and as you guys can see, a majority of it is just pan, and I just have whatever is left there in that top 2 corners. Super excited to use this up. I'm sure by the next update this will be completely gone, and I'm thinking for slot number 2 that I'm just going to continue to try to use a lot of my blushes. I have a lot of blushes in my collection that I'm trying to dwindle down, and I do have a few blush palettes that I never reach for, so I want to try to combine all of my face palettes with my single blushes, highlighters, and bronzers. That way I have them all together. Right now I have my face palettes separated from the single individual products, and so I want to try to combine them together. That way when I am reaching for a blush, I can look also at my palettes. So that's the goal. So right now I need to dwindle down. That way I'm able to fit all of my palettes in my single highlighters, blushes, and bronzers together. So slot number 2 will now remain having blushes in that slot. So this NYX blush will be staying in slot number 2, and this will be carrying on into the project. Slot number 3, I have this e.l.f. duo. This is an eyeliner and a shadow stick. For this project, I am trying to use up the shadow stick, which is in the shade Smoke. And here is how much product I have left. I will try to do a close-up shot of how much of this product I have. I try to include this in my eye looks. It doesn't always happen, but I try to put this in my outer V. It's just a really great base because it is a dark, a smokier shade. And then I try to set it with a dark brown or a dark gray or a black. And I know that this is going to remain in slot number 3 for a while because you only need a little bit of this on your eyes. It's super pigmented and it's super opaque. So I'm just going to continue to try to use this. This will probably remain in the projects for majority of 2022, to be honest, just because there was so much product in here. I probably had only used it a handful of times before I actually entered it into the project. So I do have quite a bit of product to continue to use here. So this will remain in slot number 3 and it'll be moving on into the project. Alrighty, next item for slot number 4, I was working on a primer. This is from Catrice. This is the Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer, and this one was a silicone type pink shade of a primer. I have like 3 different primers that do the exact same thing, exactly like this primer, and so I wanted to get one of them out of my collection. This one was super hard because the packaging isn't see-through, so I wasn't able to see how much progress I was making, but I've completely finished this item. I can no longer squeeze any more product out of here. And now I made room in my collection for other primers, and so I decided to continue using more primers in my collection. And so the primer that's going to be filling in slot number 4 is right here. This is from AOA Studios. This is the A+ No Pore Face Primer. This one is also a clear silicone base type primer, and this one I also cannot tell how much product is in here because of the packaging isn't see-through, but this only has not even a fluid ounce. This has a 0.67 fluid ounces, so I know it's not going to take me a while to use this, but I only really need maybe like a dime size of this product. I use it to fill in the pore areas, which is mostly right here on my cheeks around my nose is where I focus it on, and then I try using a more mattifying primer for the rest of my face just because I do have oily skin. But this is not long lasting on my skin. When I put my foundation on, sometimes it breaks apart just because this primer is not very long lasting. And I am also trying to use all of my products from the Shop Miss A website, so I want to go ahead and get this out of my collection just because I'm not buying from that website anymore, and just because it's not my favorite primer. So the theme of this 2022 project pan is pretty much things that I want to get out of my collection that aren't really doing anything for me, or I want to try to use before they expire. That's kind of the theme that I've been going with. So this primer will stay in the project, and this will be taking up slot number 4. Slot number 5 has probably had the most action out of all of the products. So in slot number 5, if you guys haven't seen update number 1, I was able to complete my AOA Studio foundation. It was a satin foundation, wasn't my jam. Super excited that it's out of my collection. And then during the first update, I was able to put these in my project. These are the M&M scented candles. I have it in Twisted Citrus and in Tardy Pear, the orange candle and the green candle. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to use these, even though these are mini. I've had these in my collection for years. These things are super tiny, but I was able to burn through completely both of these candles. They were very light in scent just because they were years old, but I'd rather have burned them and have them like sitting on my desk than just throwing them away just because they were light in scent. But this one I was also able to use completely. I think I either have none or one more of these M&M candles in my collection, but I'm super excited to be able to get those out. I do have a lot of candles in my collection, and lately I just haven't been burning candles. I prefer just using the Bath & Body Works wall plugins, and at the end of the day I either have a spray for my pillows or I put on my diffuser. So to replace those 2 candles, I went ahead and put this in the project. This is from Formula 1006. This is the Seaside Glow Skin Hydrating Peel Mask, and when I had put this in my project, I didn't know how many uses I had in there, and so when I went to go use this, there was literally 1 use in here and the rest of it was air. I had only used it a handful of times. It's 1 fluid ounce, so when I went to use it, I completely used it up, so there was only 1 more use in here. So I was super excited that I only had 1 more use because I don't really prefer peel off masks. I prefer either a clay mask or just sheet mask, which is like my top favorite. I just love a good sheet mask, and so peel off masks aren't really my jam. So super glad that this is out of my collection. This is only just a travel size. And then to replace that Formula 1006 mask, I did put another mask in this project. This is from Freeman. This is the Feeling Beautiful Mint and Lemon Clay Mask. This says that it controls oils and breakouts, so I went ahead and marked the sides here. This is where I first started, and then this is where I'm at right now for update number 2. So I am using this as a face wash. It is a mask, and last time I used it as a mask, I maybe just left it on a little bit too long, but it made my skin super itchy, and so that made me feel really uncomfortable. So I've just been using this every morning just as a face wash. I'll wet my hands a little bit, pour a little bit on my hands, and just rub it in my skin, and it's been working really good. The minty flavor really just wakes me up in the morning, and it's just been working super well like that. So I don't prefer it as a clay mask, and it's not the best face wash either, but I spent the money on it. It's in my collection, and I want to go ahead and finish this up. So this will be continuing on to the project. Alrighty, slot number 6 was my first lip item. This is the Starburst Cherry Kiwi chapstick, but I officially was able to use this up. I do not like any chapsticks that are not Carmex. If y'all have been subscribed for a while, you know that Carmex is my favorite lip care brand, and whenever I have to use other chapsticks that aren't Carmex, it's super annoying. But I have so many in my collection for some reason, just because I get them as gifts and I don't want to just throw them away. So I pushed myself to use this, and I can no longer scroll this little chapstick up. It is completely done with. Super excited, and so this I was able to complete. And so for slot number 6, I had put in this pillow mist. This is the Nature Love Lavender and Vanilla Pillow Mist. I got this a set of 3 at TJ Maxx, and I have learned that I kind of prefer using my diffuser at night than a pillow mist. This pillow mist, I probably do like 3 or 4 spritz just all over my sheets, and then 5 minutes later I can't even smell it. At least with my diffuser, it's going off. I can set a timer on my diffuser, and then it automatically shuts off, so I'm continuously smelling whatever essential oil I'm putting in my diffuser, which I prefer. Like I said, this one after 5 minutes I can't even smell it anymore, but this lavender and vanilla scent smells really good. I have a little bit left to go on this pillow mist. I've been enjoying it, and I still have the other 2 pillow mists in my drawers, but after I finish this, hopefully by next update, which will be in September, I would have already finished this, and I'll probably just use some essential oils in my diffuser for a while just because I kind of miss it. But this pillow mist has been working really good for me. It smells really nice, and so this will be remaining in slot number 6. Alrighty, so for slot number 7, it still remains the same. This is my Rimmel Exaggerate Full Color Lip Liner, and this is a red shade in Red Diva, and I have continued to use this every time I wear like a pinkier lipstick, or if I wear a red lipstick, I'm always trying to use this lip liner, and I definitely feel like I've made a little bit of progress. I do have a little bit still left to use, but a little bit of this goes a very long way. It's super pigmented and super opaque, so I don't need a lot of this, and it's really just to line my lips. Sometimes I fill it in, but not always, and I don't use lip liners. I just have never been in the habit of using them, and yet I have over a dozen in my collection. So I figured I would put in a lip liner that I actually enjoy in this project. That way I can try to get the hang of using lip liners. It hasn't really been working, but it's fine. And so I'm continuing on using this red lip liner in this project, so this will remain in slot number 7. And slot number 8 is the third lip product that I decided to put in this project. This is from Ulta. This is one of their mini lipsticks, and y'all, I have made some progress on this. Last update, for update number 1, I had only rounded off the top of the actual lipstick. I've used it so much that it's completely in the packaging. I literally have to twist it up in order to get the lipstick out, so that is super exciting. I still have quite a bit of lipstick here, and even for a mini lipstick takes months, probably, you know, a year's worth. I have no idea. I've never actually used a lipstick. So this mini lipstick, I'm very curious to see how long it's actually going to take me to use this. This is very neutral. It does have a pink tint to it, but it's very moisturizing. So I put it underneath the actual lipstick that I'm wearing. So I'll apply this lipstick, and then whatever nude shade or red shade or literally whatever lipstick I'm wearing that day, I'll apply over this guy. And so because it's super moisturizing, it's super easy just to apply every single time I'm wearing lipstick. So this will remain in its slot though. I'm sure that this will stay in that slot until the end of 2022. Hopefully by the end of this project I will have this lipstick completely used, but I knew going into it that this was going to stay in my project for a hot minute. Also remaining in its place for slot number 9, the Star Crushed Minerals Loose Highlighter and Desert Suede will remain in slot number 9. I haven't been able to use this guy completely up. It's a beautiful shimmery highlighter, but I don't prefer loose highlighters on my face, so what I've been doing is mixing this in with my lotions. Now that it is getting super warm here in North Carolina, I'm able to wear shorts and I'm wearing dresses to church, and so when I'm putting lotion on my legs, I will mix some of this highlighter in with the lotion, and it gives my legs a beautiful shimmer, and that's how I've been using this. I have made some progress on here, and I will go ahead and do a close-up of the product. That way you guys can see the actual progress that I've made. Super excited. Hopefully by the next update in September, I will have already moved on from this highlighter. And last but not least, for slot number 10, our last category, I had originally started off with a pressed powder, and if you guys have seen update number 1, you know that I completely used that up from the first update. And then I had introduced a body mist from Bath and Body Works. This is in Be Joyful, but I only had this much of the product to use, which it wasn't a lot. I have this one in Be Joyful, and I had the lotion of it, but I had already used the lotion, and so I wanted to go ahead and use the body mist that went with it. I completely used this body mist up. Oh my god, I love the way it smells, but it is discontinued. This was one of their scents during the winter time, but I wanted to stay on the same track of using a body mist, and so I actually entered a perfume into the project, and this is from Calvin Klein. This is the Eternity Moment perfume. This one is super florally. It smells really nice. I'm trying to get more perfumes in my collection just because I don't have too many, but this one I actually found at a yard sale, and I've just been using it up because I've had it for years and I want to use it up before it actually goes bad. But like I said, I'll go ahead and do close-up shots, that way you guys are able to see the progress. But I was able to use a good chunk of this perfume during the time that I had put it in the project until now, so I'm super excited to continue to use this. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to be able to have this done by the next update, but I'm going to keep on using this. I usually wear perfume when I'm going to work or when I'm going to church, but if I'm just working from home and I'm in the kitchen baking, I don't, you know, usually wear a perfume. I'll just do like a Bath and Body Works mist, something like that. So that's how I've been using that perfume, and that is all of the 10 slots and all of the updates that I have for you guys. So that is everything that I have to share with you guys, all of my progress that I made. And so for update number 2, I was able to use 8 items. I am so proud of myself because update number 1, I was only able to reach my goals and use up 3 items, and so now that I've used 8, I'm already halfway there. It was so funny because I was just watching update number 1 and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use 22 items within this year. And now that it is June and it is just about halfway through the year, I've already used half of the products that I needed to make. So now I'm like on a high. I'm super excited to continue to work hard on using these items. I just want to get items out of my collection that I'm not in love with or just like doing nothing for me. That way I can bring in more items that I am in love with and that I do enjoy using. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I will have my next update number 3, uploaded in September. I do upload weekly videos, makeup related. Sometimes I'm cooking or baking in the kitchen. Sometimes I'm doing vlogs. Sometimes I'm doing hauls. Whatever I feel like filming is what I film, and that's what I upload. So if you guys want to stay tuned and see what other videos I have coming up, make sure you click on that little bell. That'll notify you when I do upload my videos. If you aren't already following me on social media, I will have that listed down below for you guys. I have Snapchat and Instagram that you can go ahead and follow me on. Leave a comment down below, any video ideas, things that you guys want to see me do. If you guys want to see more vlogs, let me know. Alright, I hope you guys are enjoying the warm summer, and I will see you in my next video. Have a great day. Psh.